In Indonesia, the mayor's family is throwing a nice party. Ninji is handing out drinks to her relatives, but her mood changes the moment she sees her boyfriend Rahman entering. He runs after her in the house, telling her he can explain why he disappeared for a few days. Ninji replies, "If you're not planning to propose, don't promise me anything." You're watching Cine Digest, and this is Movie Recapped. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome stories. Rahman tells her he got scared and overthought things, apologizes, and gets ready to propose, but suddenly he gets a call from work. He tells her he has to go and promises he'll fix everything after his shift. As soon as Rahman leaves, a car suddenly crashes into the party, hitting other vehicles. The mayor runs to check the injured, then goes to the driver, opens the door and yells at him, thinking he's drunk. But the driver growls, attacks him, and bites his neck. Everyone freaks out in terror when they see the scene. He looks like a zombie. And all of this started 5 hours ago. At the Anawari's factory, one of the employees is preparing samples of a new drug. The government hasn't approved it yet, but they've been working on it for 3 months, so they're in a hurry to start production. One sample is sent to the manager, Sadamin, and another to his partner who lives in the city. Meanwhile, Sadamin's daughter, Cayennes, is getting her son Rehan ready to visit his grandfather. Her husband Rudy notices she's upset and reminds her she should be nice to her dad so they can handle what's coming for him. It turns out their marriage is on the verge of divorce. They're there to make Sadamin sign the factory sale papers because he's losing money. Rudy thinks he deserves compensation because he ran the factory, and with that money, they could separate peacefully. But Cayennes can't stand the visit because her dad is married to Karina, who used to be her best friend, and her father's marriage ruined their friendship. At home, Sadamin drinks the new sample he received, and Karina tells him since he's about to retire, they should travel together and maybe have a child. When Cayennes' family arrives, Karina welcomes them warmly, but Cayennes stays cold and won't let her son get close to her. Rehan goes to sit with his uncle, Bom, who spends all day playing PlayStation and living off his father's money. The two of them start playing with toy guns, so Rudy and Cayennes yell at Bom, saying he's grown up but still acting like a kid. After Sadamin takes a shower, he looks in the mirror and is shocked. He looks younger. He's thrilled and realizes the drug worked. He runs to Karina in the room, and she's amazed to see him younger too. With his new youth, he gets excited about Karina again, but no one notices the strange wound on his back. Then Sadamin meets his children and yells at Rudy because the promotional video he made for the factory wasn't done the traditional way. Everyone is shocked by his young appearance, and he decides to announce his decision. He won't sell the factory. Bom gets upset and leaves angrily. Sadamin continues, saying that after years of stagnation, he finally has a product that will bring success back, and he calls it the Elixir, the reason for his youth. Karina is upset because she thought he'd retire and rest, but he apologizes and says the Elixir is his priority. Cayennes tells her father that she and Rudy will divorce because he betrayed her, and she needs the money to start a project and provide a good life for her son. But Sadamin refuses and says they have to stay together for the boy. Karina tries to defend her, but Cayennes coldly tells her not to interfere. She starts yelling at Sadamin, blaming him for never considering their feelings, which is why Bom grew up spoiled. She also says Karina married him for his money. Amid the argument, Sadamin starts feeling weak, but hides it. He yells at everyone to be quiet and confirms his final decision. The factory won't be sold. He reminds them he's worked his whole life while they've benefited from his efforts, then grabs the contract and tears it in front of them. Suddenly, he feels extreme weakness, and the whole family notices a strange infection spreading in his neck. Suddenly, he starts bleeding and loses consciousness. Rudy checks his pulse, but Sadamin isn't breathing. Everyone panics and tries to call an ambulance or the servants, but Sadamin wakes up again, this time as a zombie. He screams, attacks the servant party, and bites his neck. Then he jumps on the driver, Aris, and throws him into a wall with blood all over his face, and Aris accidentally swallows some of it. Bomb tries to pull him away, but Sodomine tries to bite him, so Karina and Cayennes grab him.
In the chaos, Bomb accidentally fires a shot, and the spear pierces his father's head, killing him. Everyone is in shock, and Aris runs to call the police. Rudy tells him to say it was an accident, but while driving, Aris starts feeling sick and hides it. Bomb hides in the car, feeling guilty for killing his father, but Cayennes reassures him it was self-defense. At home, the family is shocked when they see Party back to life as a zombie. He attacks Karina, knocking her onto the table, but she pushes him away. Then he attacks Rudy, and the maid holds him back, but he bites her arm and then her neck. Outside the house, Cayennes sees the bitten servant eating another worker. The zombie sees her and attacks, but Bomb drives the car over him, splitting his body in half, but he's still moving. Meanwhile, Party chases the rest of the family outside, and the brother and sister enter the house to find it empty. Suddenly, the zombie maid appears and chases them. They run out of the house again and lock it. Cayennes keeps trying to call Rudy, but he doesn't answer. When they return to the car, they discover half of the zombie's body has disappeared. Suddenly, the other half appears and tries to attack them. Bomb kicks him away, and they jump into the car and escape, with the zombies chasing them. At the same time, Aris, heading to the police station, turns into a zombie too. The car goes out of control and crashes into the party, as we saw at the start of the story. After biting the mayor, Aris starts attacking the guests one by one, and people run screaming. Back with Karina's group, they find a truck on the road, but it's locked. They hear Party approaching, so they hide. Party searches around the truck, doesn't notice them, and walks away, but he comes back when he hears Rudy's phone ringing. The whole family works together to fight him off, and he tries to bite anyone nearby. After a long struggle, Karina finds an iron rod in the truck and stabs Party in the shoulder. Suddenly, rain falls, freezing him in place. The family seizes the opportunity and escapes. Afterward, Rudy finally answers the phone and tells Cayennes to meet him at the mayor's house. Minutes later, Karina's group arrives at the party but discovers everyone has turned into zombies. They try to hide, but Aris attacks Karina's maid and bites her, and her loud screams attract the other zombies, so Rudy pulls his wife and son inside the house and quickly locks the doors. The other zombies start eating the maid too. Finally, the siblings reach the party and find the massacre in front of them. Cayennes calls Rudy, and he explains that they're trapped inside. Kin starts honking the crank desperately, attracting the zombies, who immediately run after the car. Bomb drives fast, with the zombies chasing them, and now the zombies are in the streets, attacking anyone they encounter. Since there are no zombies around the house right now, Rudy, Karina, and Rehan leave the house and try to get into Satan's car, but the crash destroyed it completely. At that moment, the zombie maid sees them and starts running after them. Karina and Rehan hide inside the nearest house, while Rudy stays outside defending his family. Karina hears Rudy screaming as he fights the maid, until he suddenly comes inside and shuts the door. Rudy is covered in blood, but reassures her he's okay. Karina looks for a cloth to clean him, but Rudy notices a bite mark on his hand. He hugs Rehan, tells him he loves him, and asks him to take care of his mom. When Karina comes back, she finds Rudy has turned into a zombie. He jumps at her, trying to bite her, but Kin pulls him away and Rudy attacks the boy instead. Karina smashes a bottle over his head and runs with Rehan, hiding in another room and locking the door in the zombie's face. Rudy keeps pounding on the door until he breaks through, so Karina moves to let him advance, which leads him to get stabbed by a water pump. Then Karina and Rehan run out and close the door. Suddenly, they're surprised by someone entering, but it's just Ninji. They hear noises, and Ninji looks into another room and realizes Rudy is still alive. On the road, the siblings argue about what to do, almost crashing into a big truck. When they miss, they lose control of the car and crash. The driver comes to check and help before Bomb vomits. The zombie attack catches up, jumps onto the car, and starts killing all the passengers. The driver tries to help people, but dies too. The siblings escape until they reach the police station. The officers are confused by the story and decide to check the situation, leaving Rahman to take care of the siblings. When the officers find the car, zombies immediately run after them. One officer fires a shotgun, but it has no effect on the creatures. The zombies jump on the officers and start eating them, except for the captain, who can return fire, but the bullets don't work, and he also gets bitten. Thanks to Karina's phone, Ninji calls Rahman, who explains he can't leave the station right now. When Ninji starts explaining, the captain cuts the call, rushes in, and forces the others to close the door. The zombies keep pounding on the door, so the family pushes furniture to block them. Rahman calls the hospital for an ambulance, but it's too late. The captain starts turning into a zombie. Bomb grabs Rahman's gun and opens fire, but the zombie falls for a second and then jumps on Rahman, who pushes him off quickly. Then, the captain attacks Bomb, so Kin hits him with a bottle. Bomb sprays a fire extinguisher at him, but it's useless. Rahman grabs a chair and together they push the captain into a cell and immediately lock the door. Outside the station, dozens of zombies are trapped. Rahman calls another police station for backup, but Cayennes tries to reach Rudy, but he doesn't answer. Kin breaks down and Bomb comforts her. At that moment, Cayennes receives a call from Karina, letting her speak with Rayhan to make sure he's okay, but also informing her that Rudy has turned into a zombie. Kin breaks down again. Bomb promises they'll come get them as soon as they receive help from the other police station. With the zombie outbreak spreading through the city, the siblings have to hold the door. Rahman calls the other police station, informing them they are trapped by zombies, but the call cuts off when the officer dies. The three go onto the balcony and see zombies everywhere. Kin calls Karina, explaining they can't escape, and they start recalling old memories. Karina promises she really loved Satan, and admits she should have considered Kin's feelings. Kin apologizes for her behavior, and admits she missed her close friend. She also asks Karina to take care of Rayhan if anything happens to her. Near the police station, a loudspeaker starts broadcasting a prayer. The zombies are attracted to the sound and run toward it. Rahman remembers the police had confiscated fireworks earlier, so he lights one and throws it into the field. The sound draws the zombies immediately, freeing the front door. Then Raymond gets everyone to put on protective gear and arms them. Before they leave, he calls Ninji to reassure her that they're on their way. The zombies return to the door, opening it slightly to set off more fireworks, but one accidentally falls and explodes inside, drawing more zombies' attention. Bomb and Raymond try again, this time successfully launching some fireworks. The zombies chase them, opening the exit. The three rush out of the station, searching for a car and find some zombies in the street. Raymond opens fire and kills zombies, realizing they only die if shot in the head. Bomb also fires, killing the zombies in their path, but the noise attracts the horde coming back. The three protect themselves with shields and shoot at zombies, but the numbers are overwhelming, quickly trapping them. When lightning flashes, Rudy goes insane and breaks the water pump to free himself. He starts pounding on the door, the noise attracting zombies outside. Now the women have to hold the front door closed. Unfortunately, zombies break the window and try to get in. At that moment, another lightning strike freezes the street zombies briefly, then they attack the three again. Suddenly, it rains, and the zombie dogs return, standing under the water. The three take the chance to escape. Inside the house, the rain keeps zombies away from the windows. Karina looks outside and notices the rain calms the zombies, so she decides they should leave the place. Luckily, Ninji has a motorcycle, and the group rides off at the moment Rudy breaks the door. The three drive, and the rain touches Rudy, freezing him. After a while, the rain stops, and zombies surround Raymond and Bomb. Kin tries to escape, but a zombie grabs her and she hits it in the head. More creatures follow, and she tries to shoot but runs out of ammo. At that moment, the group returns to the police station. Kin reaches the pump and avoids a zombie that suddenly appears, locking herself inside and trying to start the car without success. At that moment, Karina's group arrives on the motorcycle, and Kin honks to tell her location. The three want to leave, but the motorcycle stalls and zombies are coming after them. Suddenly, fireworks light up the sky, attracting the horde. Kin finally leaves the car and reunites with her son. The happy moment is cut short when the zombie maid appears on the road. Karina and Kin push her away, and Ninji stabs her in the head with a knife. Since the fireworks are gone, the horde returns, and the group quickly hides in the car. After confirming they're still alive through calls, they manage to start the car and run over all zombies in the street while driving. Unfortunately, the brakes fail and the car crashes into the police station. Raymond meets Ninji, but Bomb's leg is trapped under a fallen cabinet.
Nearby, zombies surround the station, climbing over debris to get in. Raymond and Bomb Bomb fire quickly, and Karina closes the car door, trapping zombies inside. Some zombies die, but more keep coming. Bomb Bomb tells Karina to check the side door, and she confirms it's clear since all the zombies are in front. The group tries to save Bomb Bomb, but the cabinet is stuck under the car, and they can't move it. Bomb Bomb tells them to go without him. In another room, Ninji accidentally hits the cell and gets bitten by the captain. Raymond pulls her away and fires furiously at the captain. More zombies enter and try to attack, but they surround him too and bite him. As the couple is slowly being eaten, Raymond takes out the ring and gives it to Ninji. They die holding hands. At the entrance, King grabs a gun and shoots more zombies entering, but freezes when she sees Rudy. Bomb Bomb tries to shoot him, but runs out of ammo. Rudy attacks Kin and Rayhan tries to help his mom. Karina pulls the boy away. When Rudy goes after them, Bomb Bomb grabs his leg, making him fall, and Kin holds him so Karina can hit him in the head. Then, Bomb Bomb sets off a firework to distract the zombies, and Kin, Karina, and Rayhan escape through the side door. Soon, the attack spreads and the horde starts eating Bomb Bomb, who throws the firework at the car. The spilled gasoline ignites and the whole building explodes. The zombies burn and the confiscated fireworks light up the sky. Karina's group reaches the street and looks for a working car, but Kin freezes when she realizes she's been bitten. She hugs Rayhan and cries, telling him she can't come with them, then hugs Karina and asks her to take care of Rayhan before taking her gun. At that moment, half the horde appears in the street, flames behind them, so Kin sets off a firework to attract their attention and Karina and Rayhan escape on the motorcycle. After getting far enough, Kin walks across the field and sacrifices herself. By morning, Karina and Rayhan cross the bridge and head into the city, unaware that Party is following them. At the same time, in the city, Sidin's business partner drinks a sample of the elixir, and her husband is amazed at how young she looks. And that's the end of today's movie. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cine Digest for more amazing stories with Movie Recapped.